Okay, so when you first start the ModScan 32 application, this is what you will probably get. You might get some messages as you have the trial version that says, you have a certain amount of time left, etc., etc. I have the full version, so I'm not getting those messages. So ModScan 32 is a Modbus master simulator. And if you recall, Modbus masters, one of the things that they do a lot of is acquire data from Modbus slaves, right? To do so, they have to have an idea of the unit ID of the slave plus the register address or register addresses. Remember that. So how do we tell ModScan to act like a master in a certain way? Well, let me use an example. Remember our very first example where we were looking at the query response cycle, where we were acquiring the pressure at 30,019 from PLC with ID 22? Device ID here is the unit ID of the slave we want to connect to. And I'm going to, from the example, I'm just going to put 22. All right. So when we're using ModScan 32, we put the ID, unit ID of the slave we want to contact. And that would tell ModScan 32 to send out data to try to contact unit ID 22 slave. Address. This is our start address that identifies the start of the address block we want to read, right? Or blocks. I'm going to put 19 there. And since there's only one register we're going to read, I'll put 1 there. And it's an input register we want to read. Now notice this drop down, it has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice those are the function codes that represent the different function code names. So we want to read an input register. So note how I've just set this up. This is a Modbus master. I'm telling it, you know what? Read from a PLC with unit ID 22, start at address 19, and length 1 register, and it's an input register. Now notice I don't put 30,019 because when I select input register, it adds the 30,000 onto it. That's how this particular Modbus simulator works, right? So you see right down here now, it actually has the address 30,019 that we want to read. It also has device not connected. All right. We'll connect it soon enough. So some things to notice here. These we will be using. These are different mathematical representations of the data. And we'll also be flipping from show data to show traffic, back and forth like that, right? Okay.